GlideAjax is a client-side API, guys. The server client and all is common in every tool, every technology. This client server, you will be hearing this in every technology. So it's a client-side API which is used to get values from server to client, database to the form. In place of get reference, we should use GlideAjax. Why we should use GlideAjax? If you use get reference, synchronous call, it will wait. Form will wait. That is actually one of the problem. If you use g_form.get reference asynchronous call, it will get many values. So if you use GlideAjax synchronous call, it also will wait. If you use GlideAjax asynchronous call, it will not wait. It will get only 3 values. That is what we discussed in our previous session. In today's session, we'll discuss about one more example. So if you open the finance case form, so whenever you select the configuration item here, automatically the serial number and asset tag are getting populated here. We are using get reference here to populate these field values. Okay, in place of get reference, we should use GlideAjax. So see here, whenever I click on this magnifying glass, it is referencing CMDB_CI table data configuration item table name is CMDB_CI. Okay. So I am going to write a glide record to read this asset tag and serial number. So I'm actually querying with system ID because whenever you get this particular field value, whenever you get the configuration item value, you will get configuration item system ID. That is why I'm querying with system ID. Let me take one configuration item here. This configuration system ID I am taking here. Okay. gs.print serial number. You can see here it is reading asset tag and serial number. This is the asset tag, this is the serial number. Okay. What I am doing is I am actually opening one object. In this object, I am storing CA object dot tag is equal to this one. CA object dot serial is equal to. Okay. So in this object, you stored asset tag value and serial number value. You are converting the object into a string, where str object is equal to JSON dot stringify CA object. Okay. gs dot print str object. Let me run this particular script. you are getting the values like this one. Okay. You have actually stored the value in the object. You converted that object into string. So here, this is a glide record, right? Glide record is a server-side API, which cannot be written in the client side. That is why you write it in the script include. In the script include, I am creating a new method here. Hmm? Okay. So here you have to pass the output in the written line. So this should be dynamic, guys. This should be dynamic. Firstly, let me do one thing. Let me save this one. Okay. I am going to the client scripts. We have already created one client script, right? Populate CA values. Open this client script. So in place of this get reference, I am going to use GlideAjax here. I am going to use GlideAjax here. Where GA new GlideAjax, here you have to provide the script include name. What is the script include name? The sysparam name, you have to pass the method name. CA details is the method name. So here in the sysparam, I am actually providing a custom parameter sysparam CIID. Here I am passing configuration item field value using g underscore form dot get value. Okay, configuration item field name you have to pass here. You are using callback function. Okay, in the callback function, you are getting the response. Okay, response you are getting in the string format, right? You have to convert it to object again. Where obj is equal to JSON dot parse response obj dot serial. So what we have provided here, the object serial, right? Serial tag. Okay. So in place of g underscore form dot get reference, we are using GlideAjax. We are calling the script include. Inside the script include, we are calling this method get CA details method. And here we are using this custom parameter. In this custom parameter, you are storing the configuration item system ID. Configuration item system ID you have to provide here. This dot get parameter. System parameter you have to provide here. Okay. Now you go to the form and refresh the form now. So whenever I select the configuration item here, serial number and asset tag is getting automatically populated. Whatever we are able to do it using g underscore form dot get reference asynchronous call, same thing we are able to do it using GlideAjax asynchronous call. Here using GlideAjax asynchronous call, we are getting the values asynchronously, form will not wait, and we are getting only two values. See here in from the script include how many values we are getting? Only two values, right? Only two values only, right? This one and this one. Getting my point? Whenever we select the incident number, incident caller, short description should be automatically populated. Let me select an incident number here. Okay. So incident caller, short description is getting automatically populated here, right? Hmm? We are populating these values using g underscore form dot get reference asynchronous call. In place of g underscore form dot get reference asynchronous, we will use GlideAjax. So here it is referencing incident table data. It is referencing incident table data, right? So I am going to write a glide record on the system ID. The incident system ID from here. Okay. Incident caller, start description. Okay. So what you are doing, incident caller, short description you are taking, you are storing in an object, you are converting that object into string. So this is how it will look like. Caller system ID you are storing here, short description you are storing here, description you are storing here. Okay. So what I will do, I'll take this particular line of script. You'll go to the script include. I'll create a method called get incident details colon function. So here I'll keep it in the written line. This incident should be dynamic, guys. Okay. We'll save this one. We have created a client script to populate incident field values, right? This is the client script. So in this client script, what did we do? We did use get reference. In place of this get reference, okay, I will use GlideAjax. The script include name you have to take. Okay, I'm defining a custom parameter, INC ID. Okay. D underscore form dot get value. This dot get parameter. Okay. So here through the callback function, you will get the response here. Response you are getting it in a string format, right? You have to convert that as an object. Where obj is equal to JSON dot parse JSON dot parse response. So you can just take this particular. Okay. Obj dot color obj dot obj dot short description obj dot description. Okay. If you go to the finance case form, so whenever I select the incident here, incident details should be automatically populated. You can see here, whenever I select this incident, so incident caller, short description, and description getting is automatically populated. Right? In place of get reference asynchronous call, we are able to use GlideAjax asynchronous call, right? Getting my point? Hmm? So we will see about a synchronous call, GlideAjax synchronous call. In the synchronous calls, we don't use callback functions. Okay. So if you see here in the client script, I am going to remove this callback function here. There is no callback function in the synchronous call. So here in place of get XML answer, you have to use get XML wait. Okay. You have to use get XML wait. There is no callback function. So here for response you are getting in the callback function in the asynchronous calls, right? But here if you want to get the response, where response is equal to, you have to use get answer method. Answer. This ga.get answer will actually get the response from the scripting include that you are getting in a string format, right? You are converting into object here again. So I am not using callback function here. Instead, I am using get XML wait and ga.get answer. This is called GlideAjax synchronous call. I am going to refresh this one. If I scroll down here, whenever I select a caller here, it's taking bit time and it has populated the values. The synchronous call also we are able to populate the values, but it is taking some time. So we will also use synchronous call here as well. So when it is a synchronous call, you have to remove the callback function. In place of get XML answer, you have to use get XML wait. Response, you have to use ga dot answer. Okay. It also same. taking some time. Okay, even for caller also, we are using get reference asynchronous. We are using GlideAjax asynchronous call, right? In place of asynchronous call, we can use. So, if you want to make it a synchronous, you have to remove the callback function. Okay. We did not change it. Get XML white, right? If I go to the form and refresh this one. So whenever I select the caller here, what happened here? We deactivated or what? Went wrong. Okay, sysparam caller, right? It is call. It is mentioned here as caller ID. Parameter name changed here. Go and refresh this one. Now I am changing it to Ramon here. So it is also populating the values, but synchronously. You understand, right? So guys, normally asynchronous calls are recommended. Asynchronous calls will not cause any performance issue. If you use synchronous calls, you will see too much performance issue. Whenever you open the forms, it will take some time to load the form if you use synchronous calls. If if you always use synchronous calls, you cannot use the application properly. You cannot use the application properly. It will take some time to load. See, when I open the incident form, it is not loading. If it is not loading immediately, if it is taking 2-3 minutes time means you will get frustrated, right? So that is why synchronous calls are not recommended. Asynchronous calls are recommended. Hmm? Getting my point. So if you observe one thing here, when I type a GA here, it is automatically populating. It is automatically populating the script. How is it this script is getting automatically populated? Did I tell you about this one? Syntax editor macros. Did I tell you about syntax editor macros? Using syntax editor macros, the script is getting automatically populated. So when I type GA, you can see this square bracket. This is a macro. Okay. When I type where gr was this square bracket, right? That means it's a macro, syntax filter macro. Any questions regarding GlideAjax, guys? You guys got it? So here, one point to remember is you can create as many custom parameters as many you can. There is no limit. You can create multiple custom parameters. Color, CI, chart description. Using this.get parameter. You got it right. Hmm? I am giving you a task, guys. I already gave you. So in under the problem field, you create a problem short description, problem description. Whenever you select a problem here, the problem short description and problem description should be populated using GlideAjax asynchronous call. Getting my point? Hmm? Remember, if you have to do any database operations, here I have to populate incident caller, incident description, incident short description. So this incident caller, incident short description, incident description are there in the database. You have to read the database, you have to populate it here. See here, let us imagine this is Aadhaar number. Whenever you select the Aadhaar number, your name, your address, your date of birth should be populated here. So that means your Aadhaar details are there in the database. From the database, we have to read it when we have to populate it here. That is what we are doing here. Isn't it? Okay. So if it is something related to data, if it is something related to database, then you have to go for GlideAjax. And I gave you one example. I told you one thing. So in place of in which case you will go for UI policy, in which case you will go for client script. I told you, right? So I told you client scripts run first and UI policies will run after the client scripts. So if you are able to achieve the same requirement using client script, if you are able to achieve the same requirement using UI policy is a good practice, is what I told you. There are some cases where you cannot actually use a UI policy. Remember this point. UI policy has if part, else part. If the condition satisfied, if the condition not satisfied. What if there are multiple conditions? You are getting my point? If the condition is met, if the condition is not met, then you will go for UI policy. What if there are multiple conditions? Getting my point? Let me tell you. So there is a choice field. There is a choice field. In the choice field, there are actually choices: India, China, Pakistan. Okay. India plays cricket, cricket, kabaddi. Pakistan plays cricket, hockey. China plays hockey and football. You can see there is an overlap. India plays cricket, Pakistan plays cricket. Pakistan plays hockey, China plays hockey. When there is an overlap, UAE policies won't work. Let me just create 4 fields here. Cricket, kabaddi, hockey, football. Cricket, kabaddi, hockey, football. Where are these? These those are created here. Huh? Okay. If I select India here, cricket and kabaddi should appear. Only these 2 fields should appear. Remaining fields should be hidden. When I select Pakistan here, cricket and hockey should appear. When I select China here, hockey and football should appear. So there is a overlap here, right? If there is a overlap here, UI policies won't work because of reverse if false. When there is a overlap, UI policies won't work because of reverse if false. That is where you should go for only client script. Getting my point? So if you try to create a UI policy fails here. Because of reverse if false, it fails. That is where you have to create a on change client script. India, China, Pakistan. Okay. G underscore form dot the display field name comma 4. Okay. U underscore cricket, U underscore kabaddi, U underscore hockey, U underscore football. India plays cricket, right? True. Kabaddi, right? True. You don't play hockey, right? False. You don't play football, right? False. Pakistan plays cricket, right? True. Pakistan doesn't play kabaddi, right? False. Hockey, true. Football, false. Cricket, false. Kabaddi, hockey, football, true. Okay. By default on the form load, I want to hide every field. Okay. So just go to the form and refresh this one. By default, all these fields won't appear. So no game is appearing. When I select India, only cricket and kabaddi is appearing. So when I select Pakistan, only cricket and hockey is appearing. When I select China, hockey and football is appearing. When I select none, nothing is appearing. This requirement, you can't achieve it using UI policy because of reverse false. There is an overlap. This can be only achieved using UI. This can be only achieved using client script because there are 3 conditions here. When it is India, when it is Pakistan, when it is China. When do you go for UI policy? If it is India or not India. If it is India, not India, then you can go for UI policy. If it is India, China, Pakistan, 3 conditions. If it is India or not India, if it is Pakistan or not Pakistan, if it is China or not China, then you can go for UI policy. If there are multiple conditions, you have to go for client scripts. Tomorrow we'll be discussing about on submit client scripts, guys. Hmm. See, you don't have to write background script. Just to make you understand, I wrote background script here. You can directly open the script include. Inside the script include, you can create a method. You can directly write it here. No need to write background script. Background script I wrote to make you understand. Got it right? See, glide record has its own purpose. Glide record is used for CRUD operations. Glide form is used to make the changes on the form. Glide form is a client-side API which is used to make the changes on the form. GlideAjax, where did I write? I wrote GlideAjax in the client script. Glide record, I wrote it in the server side. Glide record is a server side API. That is why I wrote it in the script include. GlideAjax is a client side script. That is why I wrote it in the client script. Got it right? When you first taste the neem, when you first taste the lemon, you will feel sore. When you are daily having it, you will get used to it. It will become sweet. In South India, even if you have spicy food, you don't feel difficult because you get used to it. You got used to it. When a South Asian, when a North Asian guy, or when a European, or when a American visited our place, when they eat spicy food, they go panic mode. They don't use spicy foods. When foreign delegates have come to the India, especially to southern states, will cook as per their needs. Okay. Any questions from anyone, guys? There's no session tomorrow. We'll be connecting on Monday.
Hi, Uday.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, so GlideAjax, like what is the purpose of GlideAjax? So it used to execute the server side script in the client side, right?
Yeah, it is used to execute the server side script from the client side.
Then glide record.
The CRUD operations.
Okay, to interact with the server.
Database. Yeah. Okay.